because you don't know us, you don't belong. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Oh, you're so condescending. Your goal is never ending. We don't want nothing from you. Your life is tried and jaded, boring and confiscated. If that's your best won't do. We're right, we're free, we'll fight, you'll see. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. No way. We're right, we're free, we'll fight, you'll see. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. Thank you guys for tuning in. I missed you all yesterday. Glad to be back at it today, this afternoon. Jump into chat wherever you are so I could say hi. And yeah, appreciate you all being here live early for our little pre-show, the roll call, before we officially get started here at 4 o'clock. Silebor, Q-Oys, Lino Vincent, Truth Teller 101, True Patriot. What's up, guys? Good to see you all. Glad you're over there on D-Live, tuning in on the Mosh Pit. Thank you all for joining today. To those of you on Rumble, like Spiky999, Liberty's Great Awakening, Norm, Hang 10, and Soul Warrior Vibe. Great to be with you all over there. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, and share the link. Shout out to the Cloud Hub, Twitter, YouTube, Odyssey, all you guys on those other platforms that we don't pay as close attention to. Thank you for your viewership. I know we don't really interact, but I appreciate it very, very much. And of course, we are in the comfy bunker on pilled.net, the best place on the entire interwebs to watch this show. In fact, the only place to catch the second hour of our show each day is on pilled.net. So if you're not familiar, get familiar. If you're already over there, jump in the chat and say hello. And away we go. We'll see who's over there hanging out. And then we'll get started here. Should be a fun show today. Lots to catch up on because obviously was not able to be with you all yesterday. Due diligence, Floyd in there first. No surprise there. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Patriot 714 and D Richard not far behind. Lightspear, great to see you, my friend. Joe Elaine keeping all the chats super comfy, doing her mod thing. Thank you, Joe, as always, for your hard work. Ken Chris, welcome. Great to see you. And we have HL Paco out there too. So good to see HL Paco. Due Diligence hooking us up with a hump day gingerbread with THC cookie. All right, Floyd. Not used to the extra little THC in there. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you kicking off. I appreciate you kicking off the gold pills today. Spiky 999 in the house as well. Truth Teller 101. They're both double dipping. Appreciate you both. And then our Harold, holy smokes, just bought a 12-month diamond tier subscription. What an investment into the channel and into the foxholepill.net. Thank you so much, R. Harold. I really appreciate that. That's super kind of you. And thank you so much. The badge and the swag looks good on you there in the chat, my friend. Thank you very, very much. And as always, big shout out to all of our monthly supporters and subscribers out there. Appreciate all of you who do that. Pat McFly, welcome. Range Pony in the house as well. McKinnon 88, so good to see. I feel like it's been a while, McKinnon. How are you? Let's see. We got Bella 214, Barb Robbins out there. Fazic, what's up, Fazic? We got Tweety 52, Norm Hang 10. He's double dipping a few different places. Love to see it. Snow Bunny 68 in the comfy bunker. Welcome. Let's see who else. Don Richie 17, Mad Joker, Shane RQ. We got DCM 17 out there. Jeff Den, KC Powwow, and Glenna Riggleman in the house. What's up, guys? Good to be with you all. Deborah R, Florida Fishing. Clover Lily, what's up, Clover? And Boys Blanc, great to see it. And thank you for the cookie. Really appreciate that. Patriot Bro, what's going on, my friend? Let's see. Khaleesi 2020. Yes, that's right. We are back and at it today. We will be gone again a week from yesterday, a week from next Tuesday, essentially. Will be similar. I won't be able to do the show, but we'll talk about that later. Mr. Gerardo, good afternoon, bud. How are you? Pip's mom in the house from across the pond over in Wales. Love to see our Patriots abroad checking into the show. Secret Weapon and Christine in Texas. Great to see you in the chat today. PDX Patriot, Mama Patriot. Welcome, guys. John Smith, how are you? Laura Y, repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. How you doing? Captain Longboarder, Bubbles Up. Welcome. The Prince GT out there. Good to see you. Paul Thaddeus. Great to see you, Paul. And Wood Geek. What's up, Wood Geek? Jenker 2. Great to see you. And Khaleesi 2020 dropping a can. Much appreciated. The early gold pill love. Always appreciated. Kim Iowa bringing the heat as she always does. Kim, happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Lance 79 dropping 1,000 big ones on us. 1,000 gold pills. You're amazing, Lance. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Dave 75. Always great to see you in the chat as well. And there we go. We got a minute left. Less than a minute left. Who are my last minute stragglers gonna be? Let's see. We have Brian 1871, Jules Rice, Sassy 18, Peyton Pooh. Those are some new names over on Rumble. Hold Brian 1871. He's a regular. But good to see you guys. Eagle Freedom, Oilman 94, Miss Brandy J. Great to see you guys as well. Lucy Anders in the house over on D-Live. Cycle Chris, what's up, Cycle Chris? How are you? Good to see you. All right. Well, it is 4 o'clock. I've read through every name that I've seen. At least I've done my very best to. So I guess it's time to kick off the broadcast and officially get this Wednesday show underway. Sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the ride. We'll see you all in a few minutes. Enjoy some Severanon rocking out here.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
y'all for tuning in. Patriots united, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted to MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all. I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall. We're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong, stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production. Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult Nero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all the patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by the sign, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons, don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system to the roles they're assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sights? These people hate America and punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're homeless and advised to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful, then you're gone. But not us, we're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right knowing they're wrong. Adult Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adult Nero.
Yo, all right. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys for joining us for another broadcast here on 412 Productions. It is Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. I said happy Wednesday, then immediately forgot what day it was. Imagine that. Anyway, I got my OG crew going to be riding shotgun with us today. I'm sure Pinata will be here as soon as he finishes up. In the meantime, we've got Tennessee Homesteader riding shotgun. TN, how you doing, man? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I don't have to keep telling myself it's Wednesday. It feels like Tuesday because we didn't do the show yesterday.
We skipped the show, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I'll get it eventually. Anyway, how's your day going?
You'll find out by Saturday.
We'll figure something out. Yeah.
No, everything's okay. It's kind of a slow time of the year because it's cold and stuff. So
Yeah, well, it's not a bad thing. I love this time of year, honestly. Everything does kind of, at least on like professional or like responsibility level, I feel like everything kind of slows down a little bit, coming into the holidays and whatnot. Before it's like the calm before the storm of the new year. But
right.
It's good.
Right.
Glad you're getting a little bit of a reprieve from everything you got going on.
Yeah, but you can still see this shit stacking up. It's like, but I don't have the desire to get out there and having to don on extra clothes and then peeling them off and then put them back on again, that kind of deal. Because if you wear too many clothes, then you start sweating, then you have to peel them off, then you get too cold, yada yada yada. You know that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a pair of skis under my feet and be out on the slopes, but there are no slopes around here, and there's no snow, so.
Life would be way easier if it just stayed at like 75 and sunny every day, it would be so much easier. Anyway, I'm glad.
You climate dude here.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. Warm it up to like a good 75, right around Western PA. keep it here, keep it at that level all year round. I don't see why the whole country couldn't have weather like San Diego. That's what I want. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here, TN. We
Thanks.
should have a fun conversation. Well, it doesn't look like Pinata's about to jump in right away, so let's go ahead and take care of our sponsors, and we'll get right to it. So first is Earth Garden Botanicals. We all love Earth Garden Botanicals, an amazing company up in Montana, run by our friend Jolene. She's an herbalist, a health coach, an awesome America First patriot through and through. She makes these wellness products that are top notch, absolutely fantastic in quality. The CBD oils are second to none. They are all the ingredients for them are grown locally on small organic Montana farms. The product is pure, potent, and tasty. All of the CBD and hemp products are incredible, whether it's the CBD oil tinctures, the CBD oil for pets. You got your R&R Delta 8 nighttime gummies to help you get a good night's sleep. She's even infused CBD into an arnica salve. It's a topical cream that you can put on your sore muscles and joints for some pain relief. I really love the arnica salve with the CBD infused. It also comes without CBD if you prefer it without, but I definitely like it with the CBD oil. Check out the Fire Cider and Elderberry Tonic, two awesome concoctions. The Fire Cider is really good for clearing your sinuses. It helps you breathe more clearly. And I really like that product. Anytime I'm feeling stuffed up, it just absolutely destroys that problem. Sometimes I don't have to drink it. I just smell the bottle and that's enough. Elderberry tonic is great for boosting the immune system. If you feel a cold coming on, a little under the weather, take a few shots of the elderberry tonic. It can really make a huge difference. And then you have your teas. If you're a tea drinker, check out some of the different teas. There's elderberry tea, golden potion tea, serenity, which is meant to be calming and relaxing. The sunshine and pine needle tea is great for detoxing as well. So depending on what you're looking to get out of it, or if you're just looking for a tasty cup of tea, they all taste great too. And then you've also got your critter juice. The critter juice is an all natural insect repellent. I talk about this all the time because mosquitoes are like the vein of my existence. I hate them. They eat me alive. They seek me out. I can be hanging out with somebody. They won't get bit once. I'll get bit like 75 times. It's absurd. It's obnoxious. It's annoying. It ruins my outdoor experience in so many ways. But the critter juice has been an absolute game changer in that regard. I keep one in my golf bag. I usually have one in my truck as well during the summer. So anytime I know I'm going to be out and about and dealing with a place that would potentially have some skeeters out there, I spray myself down with the critter juice. They don't bother me. And the great part is it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't leave you feeling oily or gross like you're wearing something. It's just an awesome product all around. And there's a version for your pets as well up here at the top, the critter juice for dogs and cats. So guys, there's a lot of amazing products here. I can't cover them all in one ad read, but I can tell you right now that you get 20% off your order by using promo code 412. Normally that promo code is only good for 10%. Right now it is doubled through the end of 2023. So take advantage while you can. You've got a couple weeks here to do that. And then before you know it, the calendar is going to read 2024 and that discount is going to be right back at 10% like it usually is. So again, that is Earth Garden Botanicals.com. And then we also have our friends at Diamond Soap Co. DiamondSoapCo.com, another just absolutely amazing America First company. I mean, this company has all the characteristics of an America First business, right? You have veterans and family owning and operating it. Harold and Laura, over 30 years married, Air Force Intel vets, amazing people. The just incredible patriots. They run this company. They make soaps and body butters handmade right here in the United States using organic, all natural ingredients. So what more could you ask for, right? When you talk about an America First business making their products the right way, incredible. The scents are amazing. They smell so freaking good. I love the Bonfire and the Kentucky Bourbon. Those are my absolute favorites, but I'll tell you what, I have used most of what they have to offer. I've yet to come across one that wasn't incredibly impressive. Cedar Amber, the beach vibes from the Island Escape are incredible. The Sweet Almond is warm and relaxing. The green tea cucumber is bright and refreshing. I have not tried the lemongrass yet, but I'm sure it's awesome. I haven't tried it, but I know some of you out there have. Maybe you guys can help me out with a little bit of a testimonial as well. Frankincense and myrrh. This one's inspired by our friend Lance Lightsphere out in the chat. It's very good as well. Classic clean. I just literally finished up a bar of that, and I really enjoyed it. There's floral scents too. If you go to the hand soap here, you'll see things like lavender, night violet, rose. There's also citrus burst, southern peach. I mean, literally something for everybody here, guys. So go check out diamondsoapco.com. We've got a great discount over there as well. You get a whopping 17% off using promo code 412. 17% off your order using promo code 412 with our friends diamondsoapco.com. So very, very excited about both of our sponsors. You might be getting a little close to the deadline to get your products by Christmas if you want to get stocking stuffers or gifts for your friends, but still a great opportunity to stock up and support America First businesses rather than like your Johnsons and Johnsons and Procter and Gamble's, those mega manufacturers of things like soap and lotion. You know, those guys don't have your best interests at heart. They are literally part of the machine, that is, you know, working towards globalism and everything that we fight against. So with that, big thank you to the sponsors and all of you who continue to support them. Rosary Mom 7 says, just got my lemongrass soap from Diamond Soap. I've not tried it, but peach is the bomb. Well, I'm glad you like the peach. And P2P podcast in the house. What's up, P2P? Good to see you out there. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. All right, let's start today. I guess let's start today with the Hunter Biden stuff because there's a lot of that. What's up, TN?
Nothing. I was just gonna.
Well, I feel like it needs to be talked about because there's a bunch.
Yeah, I know.
There's a bunch of stuff going on, and we are at heart a news and discussion show. So let's start with a little news. Supreme Court accepts. Oh, that's not the right one. Republicans to launch contempt proceedings after Hunter Biden defies subpoena. President Joe Biden's son refused to testify in private. Republicans are going to launch contempt proceedings against President Joe Biden's son after he defied a subpoena to testify behind closed doors. Quote, Hunter Biden today defied lawful subpoenas, and we will now initiate contempt of Congress proceedings. Representative James Comer and Jim Jordan said in a joint statement on December 13th. We will not provide special treatment because his last name is Biden. Mr. Biden, 53, appeared outside the U.S. Capitol earlier Wednesday, but said he would only testify in public, defying a subpoena. Quote, I'm here today to answer at a public hearing any legitimate question Chairman Comer and the House Oversight Committee may have for me, Mr. Biden said. Mr. Comer, chairman of the House Oversight Committee, recently subpoenaed Mr. Biden as part of the House probe into President Biden. The subpoena was for an appearance in private. Mr. Biden and his lawyers have repeatedly said he would only answer questions in public. Mr. Jordan, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, had suggested Mr. Biden would have another opportunity to appear after the House votes on an impeachment inquiry resolution, but he and Mr. Comer made clear in the news statement that they will initiate contempt proceedings, which would result in Mr. Biden being held in contempt of Congress. Several officials who served in former President Donald Trump's administration have been held in contempt for defying subpoenas. Contempt brings possible jail time. House Speaker Mike Johnson said this week that the House expects to go to court to enforce subpoenas in the impeachment inquiry. Quote, we will depose witnesses, gather evidence, establish a thorough record, and present articles of impeachment only if the evidentiary record dictates such action, he said. We understand that to begin to rebuild Americans' trust in the Congress, we owe it to the people to undertake this process methodically and transparently. Representative Jamie Raskin, the ranking member on the House Oversight Committee, defended Mr. Biden's choice. Republicans cannot take yes for an answer, he told reporters. He said Republicans should have let Mr. Biden answer questions in public. Democrats say a public hearing would ensure transparency and help people understand the nature of the investigation, which they say is unwarranted. Republicans say speaking to Mr. Biden will help them as they investigate President Biden for possible malfeasance when he was vice president and between the time he left office and became president. They have said they'll make public the transcript after the interview. Members have obtained bank records showing President Biden received money from a Wasco PC, Mr. Biden's company. Mr. Biden's lawyer said the payments were for a truck. Testimony to the House has also put President Biden at dinners with Mr. Biden's business partners, including Russian individuals, while President Biden was vice president. The White House has said President Biden was not involved with his son's business. Quote, there is no evidence to support the allegations that my father was financially involved in my business because it did not happen, Mr. Biden said on Wednesday. He said that Republicans have misrepresented the evidence they've obtained. Mr. Jordan noted the qualifier in Mr. Biden's statement was the word financially. That means he was involved. I think that's how anybody with common sense would read it. He said, that's one of the reasons we want to talk to Hunter Biden. He also said, Mr. Comer said that the 10-month probe has uncovered lots of evidence and that the panel formed specific questions for Mr. Biden to answer as they advance the investigation. The probe is about public corruption at the highest levels of our government, he said. Mr. Biden is facing tax evasion charges in California, where he has blah, 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 blah. And all right, we'll leave that there. I think that's enough. But Hunter Biden is refusing to cooperate with the Republicans. He wanted a public hearing. The Republicans wanted him behind closed doors. And he's using that as his, his talking point, so to speak, his spin, his media narrative, giving the Democrats something to kind of live off of there. But let's face it, right? A private hearing is always how you want to start these things. The big part of that is you're not held to 5 minutes at a time. These congressional members of the committee, they can really get into the questioning. There's less of the point of order and parliamentary inquiries and all the things that disrupt the flow of the hearing. Less of a time limit for questioning. You really have an opportunity to get to the bottom of more and more evidence in this way. And then if they wanted to, they can do a public hearing after the fact. We've seen them do it that way many times in the past, where they hold the private hearing, and then after that they hold a public one so that people can kind of see how things play out as well. But the next step is to hold him in contempt at Congress, and then after that you take that contempt charge, or you make a recommendation to the Department of Justice for criminal charges for contempt of Congress, which we know can hold jail time. We saw them do it with members of the Trump team back when Democrats held the House. The Merrick Garland was happy to pursue criminal charges against those people. So that is where that stands at the moment. Tien, your thoughts on Hunter Biden's refusal to cooperate with the House Republicans?
Well, two things. This is the exact inverse of Bannon.
Mm-hmm.
Bannon wanted a public hearing, and they wanted a private hearing. He wanted to be on camera, and they didn't want to have anything to do with it. So he said no. Well, this is exactly what's going on with Hunter Biden, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I'm hoping they do the referral, because then it'll be in front of everybody's face to say, wait a minute, this is exactly what it's exactly what happened with Bannon and Navarro too, just to a degree. Navarro did testify, but they still held him in contempt for others. The interesting thing, one of the things that surfaced out of this is that Swalwell worked with Hunter's attorneys to get him out of it.
Yeah, so I have that article too.
That.
Yeah.
So here it is. The Chinese compromised, bailing out the Chinese owned.
Right. There it is.
Comment to that. I'm sorry. I still stand with put a tent over the entire building and fumigate the fuck out of it.
So Eric Swalwell aided and embedded a crime after colluding with Hunter Biden's lawyer to defy congressional subpoena, House sources allege. So Representative Eric Swalwell has been accused of aiding and abetting a crime after colluding with Hunter Biden and his lawyer Abe Lowell to defy a congressional subpoena, which demands Hunter Biden's testimony on charges related to the influence peddling and his business dealings, House sources allege on Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. Hunter Biden said he will only testify at a public hearing during a press conference organized by another CCP asset, Representative Eric Swalwell. And I don't think I need to get too much into this. It's
So
a lot of repeat of
yeah,
of
the
what we
interesting
already read.
part is that I mean, interesting is why does he want a public hearing, right? I mean, my thinking is that what he wants to be able to do is say, I've already testified, I don't need to testify anymore, and he can grandstand during the public hearing. The risk with that is that he would be, I mean, obviously the Democrats are going to come to his defense, block any way you want, choose any blocking maneuver they can do. But if he gets cornered into doing the standing, taking the fifth, I don't think he's smart enough to handle an interview in public.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard him in that kind of scenario to really judge, but I think they want the public hearing because it handcuffs the Republicans. Like those 5-minute rounds, you never get anywhere.
True,
And
but even with that,
the other thing is when you
you
get behind
ask,
closed doors, one more point, Tien, is it eliminates all the grandstanding. And I think that's important too. Like, right, like the public hearing, what always ends up happening is a Republican will get up there, and instead of just getting into his questioning, he'll have a 2.5-minute preamble, for his campaign trail. He'll sit there and puff out his chest and say all this stuff that sounds good, gets people fired up, and then ask questions and then act indignant after they run out of time. And they're like, oh, when you don't have the cameras on, or it's not being publicly broadcast, I feel like it's just more business.
yeah,
And
but then they would want it. That's my point. Is that then they would want it. It's Biden that wants it, obviously the Democrats, but it's not the Republicans that are asking for the public hearing.
well, yeah, I think the Republicans just want to get down to business.
Yeah,
I
so
think
they have the ability, because we saw that with some of the questioning, even going back to when Barr was sat in the Senate and then basically gave the heave ho to the House.
Mhm.
Because the House was Democrat control at the time. Then you had it when you had the hearings with Matt Taibbi and the other gentleman, the journalist on the Twitter files, right?
Mhm.
So it can be done. They must have cooked up some form of blockage within the Democrat side, but I don't know. It's just that to me, Hunter doesn't have the skill set to go toe to toe with some of the Republicans.
I'd agree with that.
That's why I'm saying, why are you fighting for that? The flip side of that is that, like you said, not only the runtime, so to speak, in the behind closed doors, it's that now you have two potential, what you said in public versus what you have it in a transcript that you said in private. And that can be corroborated. And if he testifies in public, he could just basically said, I already did my testimony, I'm not doing it again, kind of thing. I don't know. It just baffles me in that he's pushing for a public hearing because
Could it be as simple as this, Tien? Could it be, all right, he knows they want he knows they want the private the private hearing. So he's saying he'll only show up if it's in public, knowing that the House isn't going to allow him to set a precedent where, the subpoenaed witness can make those kind of demands. So is it possible that he did that knowing they wouldn't budge and knowing that there would be no hearing at all, and that was just his way of getting out of that?
it could be too, because then there would be the referral, and if he's got cover from the DOJ, the DOJ is the one that takes the hit, not him.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I think it is. I think that he saw it as a way out. Like he said, he knew that going to.
He's not smart enough. It's somebody within the upper echelons of the politics that did that, Even Joe is not smart enough for that, although he's devious enough. I don't think he's smart enough. But the interesting thing is that here's the flip side of that. Joe can't afford any form of negativity. And if it goes to the DOJ as a referral and they just sit on it after what they did to Bannon and Navarro, that's just going to boomerang on Joe.
I think so too.
And right now, they're scrambling for a narrative to say that he's got any form of winning. I mean, Trump, I don't know if you saw, Trump posted national polls of not of electability, well, electability in general, but subject area between him and Biden specific. And Biden is in the tank on all fronts.
Yeah, he's not doing well at all.
At all. You know, and it's just so for them to go down this path with Hunter and then not have, I guess they're basically counting on the blowback coming so far down the line that it's not going to affect them. But I don't know about that. There's a lot of runway between now and November of next year.
Yeah,
for this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So here's a flashback to when the shoe was on the other foot. Hold on. Where's the actual clip? Here we go.
He asked the president tonight, what is his response to this? What does he think of people who are defying these subpoenas? And should the Justice Department prosecute them? And this is what he told us.
I hope that the committee goes after them and holds them accountable.
Should they be prosecuted by the Justice
I do,
Department?
yes.
So that's Joe Biden saying that those that defy congressional subpoenas should be prosecuted.
And the one they spin it, well, that was January 6th, an insurrection, the worst thing that's happened to this country since 9/11 in Pearl Harbor, versus, alleged crimes that have no bearing between that and my son's business dealings that I have no knowledge of. You can hear it. You can hear it, right?
It's just it still doesn't just make any sense.
Oh, no, I agree with you. It's all bullshit. And that, again, it's this kind of shit that would be, if he comes out and says anything to what we're talking about, or the joke that I just made,
mm-hmm.
You know that Trump's campaign will use that. And frankly, all Republicans should use that. I don't care if it's Trump or any of the other second tiers. They should all be using it.
Well, absolutely, because one of the main things the Republican Party has been pushing at is that the DOJ, the FBI, the entire federal government essentially has been weaponized against one side of the political aisle.
Exactly.
This is a great right in your face example of how two different sides get completely different treatment by the federal government. So I agree. I mean,
let's put it based on not the federal government. You're right, but I'm saying based on who's in power, because the reality is they'll use the power based on who's in power.
Yeah.
It isn't unilateral per se, right? It's always the opposite side.
To an extent, I mean, I would say that the Department of Justice and the FBI, even under President Trump, was still rigged against President Trump and Trump supporters.
Yeah, because it was the other side. I wasn't speaking about R&D.
Right.
No. It's who's in power.
I gotcha. Gotcha. I misunderstood your point, but I understand completely what you're saying.
It was covertly stated. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. There is a thin veil behind the statement, or in front of the statement, rather. All right. Looks like Pinata's checking in. Before we welcome him into the show, just a quick reminder for everybody: if you're watching on pilled.net, please hit that red pill button for us and that repost button right below the red and blue pills there. Super important for helping us continue to grow. Share the links on whatever platform you're tuning into right now. Those of you guys on platforms other than Pilled, please find us on pilled.net to be part of the second half of the show. In about 20 minutes or so, we will be exclusively on pilled.net for the second half of today's show. That link is in the Rumble description underneath the stream for you guys to easily locate and get on over there and be ready for that switch. That'll happen around 10 to 5, between 10 to 5 and the top of the hour. So I hope to see you guys continue watching with us in the second half. Drunk Pinata, welcome. How are you, man?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Good. How was your show today, buddy?
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, they got cell phone data. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, I had an article about it, but if you want to cover that, I would love to hear what you have to say.
Oh, we'll do that when it gets to it. But here's the kind of so Jesse went over it, and then at the end he said this, and I'm sure TN might appreciate this. So I'll let you guys hear this.
Fucking guy.
Other things that are probably beyond the scope of my tiny little brain.
There you go.
Way beyond the scope.
And did you guys know that that Ukraine is fighting America's war, so we don't have to?
Oh, thank God.
That's the new one, huh?
The Republican Party, a wholly owned subsidiary of Vladimir Putin and the government of Russia, faced, to paraphrase Winston Churchill, the bleak choice between war and shame. It has chosen shame, and it will get war thrown in a little later. This is simply true. The United States is not helping Ukraine. Ukraine is helping the United States. Ukraine is fighting our war at the cost of its lives, at the cost of its territory, at the cost of the existence through which its people must suffer daily to protect us from Russia. And
well, he was right up to the point of to protect us.
Thank God Ukraine's protecting us from Russia, guys. I know,
right?
I didn't think about it that way, but
because our border is the same as Ukraine's border, so obviously,
yes.
I forgot about the line of Ukrainian, soldiers lined up at our southern border, helping us secure it or building a wall for us down there.
Damn. Where are the Canadians? They're supposed to be helping us protect our borders. We're fighting their war. They're going north, aren't they?
What a fucking joke.
Yep.
Are sending Volodymyr Zelensky home to, in all probability, watch his nation and his people die because the Republicans are no longer connected in any way to reality.
That's rich coming from that guy.
It's rich considering where all the money that has gone to them included Republicans to date. What is it? $140 billion. All of them under Biden's umbrella.
Yep.
Not a single penny of that was under Trump. And it included the House and the Senate, which is made up of both Republicans and Democrats.
Not according to Keith Olbermann.
Are political machinations and nothing else. All crises are opportunities to get on Fox News and nothing else. All good causes are to be held hostage so that fascism in America can take away a little bit more freedom and even a little bit more morality from the nation the Republican Party has repeatedly raped? Is Ukraine acting in its own defense? Obviously. And it is, to once again repurpose the infamous George W. Bush phrase, fighting them over there so we don't have to fight them over here as well.
Oh. Wait, let me remind people, well, not that the people here need to be reminded, but let's see, wasn't Crimea part of Ukraine as well? And wasn't that under Obama?
Yeah, I mean, the hand-picked war and the whole civil war that has been essentially why Putin went in there to finish this.
Trey, all of it during Obama, right? 2014, when the East started bombing, the West started bombing the East side of Ukraine. So that's 2014. That's Obama, right in the middle of his second term. Then you had Crimea. Then you had Trump for 4 years and nothing happened The Russians didn't do a damn thing during those 4 years. Enters Biden, and it's like overnight the Russians attack. And it's the Republicans that are doing this? Holy moly. I mean, I know it's over, man, but it's like, how twisted can you possibly be?
Well, I mean, he's always as twisted as you could possibly be. I think that's his shtick, you know? He's like, oh, you think MSNBC is absurd? Hold my beer. I got this. And he just goes always completely over the top. I mean, I think that's just the way he goes about his business is just he watches MSNBC.
Yeah, I guess he's a shock jock type of thing, right?
100%. That is 100%
But
right.
it's like the people that watch him, the people that listen to him for the, you know, the two, there was a scene from a movie says, yeah, you didn't show up to your class and all 2 students complained. So, but it's like, it's the people that listen to him that actually, and not the piñatas of the world, but the actual people that listen to it and actually believe what he says. It's like, how delusional do you have to be? I mean, it's astonishing. It is truly, and I know you guys. I always get lectured as to say you know you can't see it for many different reasons, but it's just astonishing. It's astonishing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's astonishing too. I understand how it works on some people for sure. I don't think it's like you know, any kind of like real mystery. Like I do know people who would listen to that and be like, yeah, I mean, it's a little over the top, but overall I pretty much agree. You know, but it is crazy how far they can push things in that direction and still maintain an audience.
I mean, they toppled the previous government. Ukraine was under Obama.
Well, check this out. There's a video here that's kind of resurfacing that Glenn kind of highlights, and it's Lindsey Graham in 2016.
Next year is the year for offense.
Meaning 2017.
Offense with Russia. Listen to this clip.
Your fight is our fight.
Ваша боротьба – це наша боротьба.
2017 will be the year of offense.
Рік 2017 рік буде ріком нападу.
All of us will go back to Washington and we will push the case against Russia.
Ми всі повернемося до Вашингтону і ми будемо відстоювати санкції проти Росії.
Enough of a Russian aggression.
Досить вже російської агресії.
It is time for them to pay a heavier price.
2016.
Щоб вони заплатили важчу ціну.
Our fight is not with the Russian people, but with Putin.
Ми боремося не з російським народом, але з Путіним.
Our promise to you is to take your cause to Washington.
Наша обіцянка – це те, що ми вашу боротьбу доведемо до Вашингтона.
Inform the American people of your bravery.
Проінформуємо американський народ про вашу відважність.
And make the case against Putin to the world.
Wow.
That was during that infamous photo op of him, McStain, Klobuchar. That's the exact scene right there where they later take the photo. And that's Poroshenko there. If I remember correctly, that's Poroshenko to his left. There's Klobuchar. This is right after the
That's all I think
toppling.
about when I see that is just straight up uniparty, war machine, forever war, everything wrong with the way our government works. You could kind of see it right there in that one video. It's pretty astonishing, actually.
And then you had
the word of the day. That's crazy. That's a great callback by Glenn Beck bringing that video back.
Yeah.
That exposes not just the insanity on the left with the whole Ukraine thing, but it really exposes the uniparty scam, you know, behind shit like that. So well done.
And then I have the photos of Kerry and Raggedy Ann, Jan Psaki there as well. So it was both sides, like you said, the uniparty was both sides.
Yeah.
Let alone Victoria Nuland and the ambassador, that we had the audios of her talking to the ambassador about toppling the government of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Telling you, tent that building and fumigate them all. For that, we're going to need Terminex and Orkin. One for the House, one for the Senate.
There you go. All right, let's do you have anything else, Pinata, you want to throw at us?
I got one more thing, but yeah, I got one more.
All right, go ahead.
You guys are gonna love this. Either he's this dumb, or they're just this ingrained with the propaganda. You're gonna like this one, Tian. There we go.
Oh God, getting all of our favorites today.
Your speech rights are fine to give up. Democracy in right now over there under Viktor Orban's leadership is not really doable. He says he's going to be their leader for the next 10 years plus. That's what he wants to be. He made constitutional amendments to make it harder to vote for opposition parties. He essentially squelched the free press over there, which Tucker Carlson, by the way, in opposite world over there, viewed as more free press. So that's the model. The model that you keep hearing in those spaces is we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic. And what does that mean? They're going to try, once they get into power, to never, ever relinquish it.
You caught that, right?
What?
But Trump wants to get in and follow the model of Viktor Orban of Hungary as a constitutional republic and not have our democracy.
Right. And that is true. That is a true statement.
It is a true statement. 100% a true statement.
And that's about as Hegelian as you can get.
I just wonder if he's parroting it and he actually thinks that, or if he knows that that's the parrot line. But considering who it is with Collins, he probably understands what he is.
I think so.
I think they all do.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy? They're trying to convince people and gaslight people into we don't actually live in a constitutional republic. That's that crazy.
No, that
stuff.
we want, that we don't want. That's a bad thing. Not only that we don't live in it, but that we don't want it. That's where our democracy comes into play.
Exactly.
It is their democracy. It has nothing to do with the American people. They're speaking on behalf of a select few political elite, and that's it.
They've been at this for a while now. This goes back, honestly, quite a ways, but the most that we've seen, and it went quiet a little bit because of Obama, but it started with it when Clinton lost 2016. You saw kicking into gear the popular vote concept. That's when you saw the National Popular Vote Coalition or Compact, which is unconstitutional. The states cannot have a pact. And now you see it in full force in the narrative. Democracy, which basically is the popular vote. Constitutional republic is the way that we have it now, which is democratically elected representatives, and that's where you have the Electoral College. That is an elected representation to elect the president. They don't want that. They want full-out democracy, which means mob rule.
Yeah, two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner.
Yep.
That's what they want. Yeah, it is funny to me the way they spin that, because the constitutional democracy, constitutional republic, literally protects them. If they are in the minority, if Donald Trump and the Republicans were to win majorities of the House, the Senate, and the White House, the way our government is supposed to be set up and run, it being a constitutional republic protects that minority from the will of the majority. So they're just so spun around and backward and misleading to the people that view their content. It's absurd. They misuse these words. They misrepresent what they actually mean, or the true intentions behind them. And it's all gaslighting and propaganda. It's absurd. But they keep hitting. They know that word democracy. Our democracies is a threat to our democracy. They know that when they say that, they get an emotional response from the viewer that they've already convinced that Donald Trump is a fascist. So all they see is a fascist ending democracy in the United States, and
Right.
it triggers in a way that nothing.
In my opinion, it's a decades long psyop.
Yeah, it is. It 100% is.
Oh yeah.
And it started even before 2016. I mean,
That's what I mean. I'm saying because we've had this conversation before, like where I've said when I was in school, grade school through high school, there was this all importance placed on the presidency and who had that, and that pretty much everything else was kind of ignored.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, even I remember in school, like taking government class. We didn't call it civics; it was called government, and it was always democracy, democracy, democracy. Then too, and that was 2005. And if you watched media news even then, which I was not, super into the news and media, long before Donald Trump kind of came into the picture, but I can recall them always referring to this country, this government as a democracy for a very long time. So there has been a long game effort here to kind of remove that word republic. They really don't want people to identify this nation as a republic. They really want to stick with that word democracy.
Well, that's also because of the political parties. You got the Republicans and the Democrats. And what do they say?
Right there in the name, right? It's literally right there in the name.
Exactly. And what do they say always about look at anybody that's a representative from the Democrat Party anywhere, and what you're going to see is party affiliation Democratic.
Mm-hmm.
Not Democrat, Democratic.
Absolutely.
Which is, again, a way to inculcate.
Yep. No. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's do one more quick article here, and then we will go to our second half exclusively on pilled.net. So you guys got about 7 minutes or so before we make the switch. If you're watching on Rumble, which we have about 400 of you guys over there, make sure you find that pilled.net link in the description below to get into the Pilled stream if you want to keep hanging out with us today. I'll put it in the live chat for you guys as well. So please come join us for the second half of the show exclusively on pilled.net. We're going to do that after this article here. And this is just a little rundown of what Hunter Biden spent all of his money on instead of paying his taxes. So what Hunter Biden spent millions of dollars on. President Joe Biden's son spent millions of dollars on items such as adult entertainment and clothing, according to a newly disclosed financial information in a court filing. Hunter Biden, 53, withdrew $1.6 million from ATMs from 2016 to 2019, according to the filing and indictment charging Mr. Biden with tax evasion. During those same years, Mr. Biden was listed as paying various women more than $683,000, spending nearly $190,000 on adult entertainment, and paying about $72,000 for rehabilitation for drug and alcohol addiction, prosecutors found. Mr. Biden's lawyers have not responded to requests for comment on the indictment, including whether he contests any of the figures. Mr. Biden said in a podcast episode that was released the same day the charges were made public that critics are, in their most illegitimate way but rational way, trying to destroy a presidency and trying to kill me, knowing that it will be a pain greater than my father could be able to handle. The full list of expenses detailed are payments to various women. I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that it's prostitutes of various prostitutes or hush money for God knows what. But you have $683,000 going there. Clothing and accessories, almost 400 grand. Tuition, education, and extracurriculars, $309,000. I have no idea what kind of tuition he's paying or whose tuition, but there you go. Health products and services, over 200 grand. Miscellaneous retail purchases, another 230 grand. food, groceries, and restaurants, $214,000. Insurance, 200 grand. Mortgage and loan payments, 191,000. Adult entertainment, 188,000. Legal and accounting fees, 147,000. Telephone and utility bills. How the fuck do you have 118 grand in telephone and utility bills? What are you like? Who are you calling? That must be a lot of phone sex for Hunter Biden. I tell you what. Rehabilitation, $71,000. Wells Fargo advisors, $53,000. They should have done a better job advising him. Credit card payments, 58 grand. Home improvement and maintenance, $42,000. Home help, cleaning and childcare, 39 grand. Entertainment, 25,000. Who knows what that is? Sports and recreation, $23,000. I'm guessing that's like tickets to games or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, some of these numbers are absurd. Food, groceries, and restaurants, 214 grand. Where is he eating? You know?
Wait. That's you're right about that, but take a look at those amounts, right? Then scroll down and look at the credit card.
Yeah, it's 44,000 or 58,000.
Okay, so let's round it to $60,000 for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
So now to go back up to the other things, that restaurants as an example, he's paying cash. Where's it coming from? Because if he's not using the credit card, how's he paying for these?
Yeah,
how's he paying $680,000 for hookers or women, let's say? Okay, because only 58,000 in credit card, 60,000, right? So I'm not saying that you pay, I have no idea, more than likely cash anyways. But my point is that the things that you would see in restaurants alone, he's paying cash.
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
That's a great question. That's why he needs to show up to his closed door hearing and answer these questions for the American people to understand. But
and that's why, because when they publish these lists, people will look at them and saying, "Oh, look at that kind of deal." But it's like correlate, and that for me, that's the first thing I saw was correlating. Wait a minute. I mean, these people don't walk around with a wad of a ball of cash in their pockets, right? Every one of these people have people that pay for them, meaning, right? You put in your card and then you have an unlimited whatever account, right?
Yep.
It's astonishing how transparent the corruption is.
I agree. I completely agree. It's especially when you see it all listed out like that, it really brings it into perspective, how much they've been getting away with for so long. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the second half of the show today. Again, those of you guys watching on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, DLive, Odyssey, CloudHub. If I missed any of those other platforms, I apologize. But if you're not watching on pilled.net, now is the time to get on over there. We have another hour and 5 minutes of broadcast left, and that will be done exclusively in the comfy bunker, the home of free speech, pilled.net. I put the link in the live chats. It's in the Rumble description down below the stream as well. It's super easy, and I greatly appreciate you guys who jump over and continue watching with us on the other side. Again, really appreciate it. I'm going to play a quick little video, and then we'll come back on the other side, say goodbye to our other platforms, and kick off the second half of today's show. We'll be right back, everybody.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family. And if you have any questions at all, please email support@pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, welcome to the second half of today's broadcast. We are about to shut down all of the other platforms other than pilled.net and go exclusively to the Comfy Bunker for the second half. One more time, I put the links in the description for you all on Rumble and in the live chat over on Rumble as well. So please come join us for the second half of the show on pilled.net. If you're not going to make it over, again, no hard feelings. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Or at least I will, with Zach Payne for taking it back. Frank is out tomorrow, so it'll be me and Zach kicking it one-on-one for an hour from 4 to 5 p.m. And then we'll be back on Friday. I do believe actually this Friday we will have Ben and Tina Garrison. I'm almost positive of it. So if you're going to jump over, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of you who continue watching. Those of you who aren't going to be jumping over, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you guys on the next one. So without further ado, let's say goodbye to DLive, to Rumble, Twitter, Cloud.